waking you up each morning.
It wakes me up in the morning.
David Croyle on WTYM Kittanning.
There's no business like show business.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
Following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
All systems go.
Good morning.
Prepare to be astonished.
Listen in your office, in your car, or even your neighborhood bar. You can listen with your whole family.
Is this the morning show you were dreaming about? Go back to sleep.
I enjoy that type of radio.
It is a group of people brought together because they share a common belief in what government should be like.
We don't need your education. We don't need your thought control.
That's a talent.
He's wacky, he's zany, wacky and zany. It's another wacky and zany show.
Good morning, Armstrong County. I'm David Croyle. I'm the David, and you're the friend. That makes David and Friends. I want to tell you about something that happened November 1st to the 3rd, 2018. It's not valid right now, but I was up at Rimersburg. Never had been to their craft fair. They call it a Christmas present. And was just enamored by all of the people that were there and the crafters who had a story to tell. And I'm going to go back and we're just going to play some of those interviews. The one person that started this about 30 years ago was Audrey Flick. And I want you to hear what Audrey has to say about how it began and what happened. And let's go right now to that interview. Here, she has a booth set up called the Log Cabin Christmas. And Audrey, how long have you been doing this?
We've been doing the Log Cabin Christmas for 30 years now. This is year number 30 for us. We did 25 years in the log cabin, open house, Christmas, and then my husband had a stroke, couldn't help me decorate, and it just got too much for a little old lady. So we moved to the library, and we love it here. We missed all the people and the excitement at our own log cabin, but we're here where it's dry and cozy and good friends, and we're in the ladies' library now in Rimersburg.
Now, this is a 3-day event that Rimersburg has every year, and I understand Sligo piggybacks off that as well, and they have their groups up there doing it. But tell me, do you still have the Log Cabin Christmas open throughout the year, or is it just now, this is all you do?
No, it's always just been this weekend, one weekend out of the year. It used to be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but we have dropped Sunday now. It's just 3 days.
30 years doing this.
30 years of doing this. Am I crazy? Yeah, a little.
Now you kind of look like Mrs. Claus. She's all dressed up here in her green shirt, the red sweater, the multicolored dress skirt that you have on. Your hair, I'm describing for those on radio that you have the little hair pulled up on the back, the little glasses going on. But this is you.
This is me every day. Exactly. Yeah. Not necessarily red and green every day, but quite often.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about the log cabin a little bit. The Log Cabin Christmas. Tell me, this was your way. You made the things. This is what you do.
Yes, I'll tell you how it got started, actually. My husband worked in the coal mines, and he had lost his job, and he got a job working away. So I was at home, and there was a farmhouse down the road from us. We're way out in the country. And the farmhouse was having an open house for Christmas. So I said to my neighbor lady and to my sister-in-law, let's go down to that open house and see if we like it. And it was really nice, very nice. So we came home, had a cup of tea, and said, you know what? We could do this. We could do it and call it Log Cabin Christmas. So that was 30 years ago. We opened the Log Cabin Christmas. It involved my family, several friends. All of the ladies made different crafts. Some baked, some did quilting. I'm a painter, so I did painted ornaments and painted other things. And that's how it got started. And it has grown into the whole town. The first year it was just us. And now it's about 20-some individuals in the whole town, and it's grown considerably. Very good thing for the economy of our town. I remember one time that I pulled into a gas station, and the gas station attendant in those days would come out and pump your gas. He came out and he said, "Mrs. Flick, is this the time for that Christmas thing?" I said, "Yes, it is." "Why?" He said, "I figured it must be. We're about to run out of gas." And it's usually standing room only at the restaurants in town. So it's been a great boost for our little town, too.
So basically that came out of you. That came out of the Log Cabin Christmas concept, and then the town adopted it and it just grew.
Absolutely. It grew into, we decided to combine as a unit. When we got about 6 different people wanted to do it, we got a meeting, decided to combine as a unit, and called that a Christmas present. And it involves Visions of Sugar Plums, Log Cabin Christmas. Several different ones are into a Christmas present in Rimersburg.
Wow, yeah, this is amazing, and I have never been here till this year.
Shame on you.
I know. Where have I been in 30 years? So I when I heard about it, because I had a lot of people in Kittanning saying that they were up here the other night, and I said, well, I need to go find out what this is all about, and it's just as I went from place to place, different people, multiple people having different tables, but the one thing I'm noticing, and it's sort of like a theme, is the artistic value of each person. It amazes me how much talent there is in Rimersburg area.
Funny you should mention that, because one time we were actually given a grant from the Pennsylvania Partners in the Arts, it was called, and I had to give a wee speech in Franklin. And my heart is, the reason we're doing this is because there's so much talent in this area. So many different things. You talk to some little old lady and she might be a quilter. She might be a crocheter. She knits hats for her grandchildren. So much talent in this area that we need to save. I'm so afraid the next generations are going to forget how to do canning, how to do quilting. And so by doing this and getting the kids involved, we can hold on to these talents that our area has.
You may or may not know this. You may or may not have been affected by this, but there are a lot of municipal rules when it comes to the canning and the sell food and all this stuff. Right. Is that hurt the group at all, or does this just go on in spite of that?
No, we seem to do fine with that. Everybody gets their tax number and takes care of whatever we need to take care of, legally speaking, and so we haven't had any problems.
Yeah, it's just amazing. I want to come up, of course, next year whenever you do this. I signed up for your newsletter and the whole thing.
Good boy. Good boy.
I guess you call it the brochure.
The brochure. I'm so sorry you missed it in the log cabin, because we did have something really special. We always had the fireplace brewing, and we had free candy and free cookies and free coffee and tea out on the breezeway. I raise and show beagle dogs, so the beagles were in the backyard saying, "Roof, roof," at everybody. Yeah, it was lots of fun, but I'll look forward to seeing you here in the library next year.
Now, question.
Yeah.
How many more years will you do this?
Well, I'll tell you, a month ago I would have said this is it, but I've been doing that for 30 years. No more, no more. And then about 2 weeks ago I said to my husband, okay, I'm going to do one more, but I'm going to start to do it next week. I'm going to start to work. None of this last-minute stuff. Yeah, I've been saying that for 30 years, too. I'll be back. I don't know how long, but I'll be back.
Art Linkletter, one time somebody asked him, who do you like to interview? And he always would say, kids under 10 and women over 80, because they always tell the truth the way they see it. Which side of that are you closer to?
I have the mentality of the first one, but I'm afraid I have the body of the last one.
Well, I wish you all the blessings in the world as you continue to do what you're doing. I can see you love it. It's in your eye.
I love it. I love seeing the people. I love doing the crafts, and I love eating the cookies at our cookie sale.
Which I bought a few, yes.
Good for you.
Yes.
Pretty good, aren't they?
Mrs. Flick, thank you so much.
Thank you. It's been a joy.
It has.
Truly has. I look forward to next year. Okay.
Continuing to go down the street here in Rimersburg, what a time that they have at this vendor craft fair event that they have each and every year. Someone said, what, 20-some years, I believe.
This is like the 26th or 27th year.
Ray Hoover has one of the area displays, and you get other people to come in with you. What do you call this again?
This is our group is the Three Wise Crafters.
So you kind of get crafters from all over the area, and you get them to come here in these 3 days, and you display them all here in the basement of the church?
Well, these crafters here have been with me for about 3 or 4 years, and one lady called me 2 weeks ago to have a spot, and I never met her till she come. So she'll probably be with me from now on. So there's 5 of us crafters here in the basement.
Now, what makes the difference between? I mean, I can see different things, but whenever you're looking out for crafters, what do you kind of look for?
I look for something different, that we want everybody to do something different. We don't want anybody to have the same kind of types of crafts, but everybody does a different craft. Everybody's so differently talented and we like them. We like them here.
Now, what is it that you do? Do you do a specific part of this, or do you just kind of piggyback on everybody else's?
No, I'm the original founder of the Three Wise Crafters. I've been doing this for about 18 years, and I do blankets, I do woodwork, I crochet, I sew, I quilt. So I do a little bit of everything.
Why?
Because it keeps my hands busy, and I love doing it.
You've been doing it for a lot of years.
Yes, I've been crocheting since I've been about 12. And woodworking, I learned that years ago from a company that I used to work with, saws, so I love cutting wood out and painting it and making stuff.
Really?
Yes.
Ray, it seems like, whenever you get into some of the primitive and some of the things that you do here as well, there's just a lot of different things represented here. Everything from some pickles and that type of thing, of preserves, to the whole, different crafters, to, signs that say Merry Christmas, Peace on Earth, to a saw. My favorite over there being, I might be a carpenter, but I can't fix stupid.
I love that one.
I do too.
That's true.
It's a saw, folks, for you on radio listening. It's a regular size hand saw, but someone painted on it. I might be a carpenter, but I can't fix stupid, and it's all done in different fonts and that type of thing. It's pretty cool. They also have a couple other different types. I like the snowman that's back there. There was an old window and window frame with panes in it. And you did that. Really.
She's our painter.
Let me just talk to you for who are you?
My name is Cindy Monrian.
Cindy Monrian. Can you spell that?
Monrean.
Okay, Cindy, that caught my eye. First of all, the saw did, but then when I saw there's a painting of a snowman outside, and he's all decorated, of course, for winter, and there's a winter scene out there. There's a bird at a birdhouse, and it's all part of this. Did you paint that?
I did.
Really? It's beautiful. And yet you've then encapsulated it into this old window frame that has the panes in it and everything. Which came first, the painting? You saw the image that you wanted to paint, or did you paint the image and then saw the frame?
I bought the frames first with the intentions of doing the painting. And then once I found what I thought would look nice as an outdoor scene, that's what I went ahead and painted on it's Lawan wood is what I bought to do the background, because it's thin and it's lightweight. And so then I did the painting on
Lawan wood.
On Lawan wood, yeah.
Wow. Is that harder than doing it on canvas?
No, not really. And it's done with acrylic paints, and then attached it to the back of the window frame.
I love it. Do I get a discount?
Sure, absolutely.
What other things have you painted?
I painted slates. I do like old roofing slates. Painted some birds on those. I did the saws that you mentioned.
Yeah.
Painted those. Just whatever I can find. Old cabinet doors seem to go well this week.
Really?
Yes,
That's
just old cabinet doors with snowmen painted on them, or some birds. Wildlife things.
Do you think that's kind of the era right now? I noticed in a lot of the craft shows I've been at the last few weeks, it seems like the snowman and snowmen or whatever seem to be a theme. Is that something that's really caught on right now, or has always been that one?
Snowman, I think, is a staple that's, just timeless. snowmen are timeless. So I think that's something that'll just come every year. They don't go out of style.
So you basically, you said you bought this old window and the frame and everything, well, the old window frame, and then you looked for the perfect thing to put the painting to put behind it, what you wanted to paint on it. So is that kind of like what happens? You see something old, I see that there are sleds over there. Now, I just remarked to the person with me, I said, I threw away several of those sleds years ago. Now look at this. Now you're painting them and you're putting flowers on them and you're doing all kind of great, wintertime decorations with them. But do you get the decoration or the old thing first, the old piece, and then your mind starts to work and you start to see something?
Usually. One of my favorite things is to go to flea markets or shops that have old things, and I look through and see what I can find, and then I decide what I want to do with it. And that's my husband's this is new to him, and he's retired from the railroad, and one of the big things is the old nail kegs. And he said if I would have saved all the ones that we threw down over the bank all these years, to them they were just worthless, but
now to you they were special.
I heard this one word called junker necking. It comes off of the rubbernecking thing, and that's a term I like to use for myself. I'm driving down the road and I see junk, and I'm like, you pull off and check it all out, because that's what I kind of like to do, is just find old stuff and repurpose it and make something out of them.
They used to say they were the dumpster divers, but now of course a lot of municipalities don't allow you to do that. But still, it's kind of because you see things that I would just walk by, but you see them because you see them artistically.
Yes.
You always been like that?
I think so.
Drove your mom nuts?
Kind of, maybe. More like my husband. But no, I just semi-retired this past summer, so now I have time to get back into playing around with crafts.
Well, so do you do this like getting ready all year, and then this is your big event, or do you have other events?
This is the first one I've done in about 10 years.
Really?
Yeah, like I said, I've just now gotten back into it because I've had some time, and maybe a couple months. I've been working on things, maybe.
Ray, I think she's a find here. I mean,
yes, she is. She's been a friend of ours for some time. She called me and said, "Do I have a spot?" And I said, "Yes, you do."
Yeah.
She always has a spot here with us.
I see that. We're at the Rimersburg craft event that they have here every year, and of course it concludes on Saturday. So unfortunately you're hearing this after the fact, so you can't come to it. But I wanted to come up before this because I just heard so many good things. I've had people in Kittanning that have been up here to visit this, and they said you got to go up. You just got to see what they're doing up there, and I'm glad I came. So Ray, thank you. Appreciate the time.
Well, thank you for your time.
All right,
and I hope you enjoyed it.
I did enjoy it, and I want my % off on that window, just so you know. So do we want to decorate here in the air? Or do we
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We're here today with Terry Rush. He is with the Gingerbread House. It's one of the exhibits that are part of this great craft fair that they're having in Rimersburg as they get ready for the holiday season. So Terry, tell me a little bit about all this. You have gobs, and you have pumpkin rolls, and you have orange cookies, which by the way are my favorite. But then you have a lot of crafts. So talk to me about that.
Well, we have some different people that help us make the baked goods and as well as the craft items, and it's more of a just something we do for enjoyment and help other to get together and do it.
Mm-hmm. Now, you were talking about this as a kind of a family affair because you have other family members helping you.
Yes, it is. My wife and I do it. My wife's aunt is involved. She does a lot of the baked goods. And I have a cousin who does the dips, does all the dips and so on. So it become a family affair, and we also have a couple other crafters who just do it because we know them through through some of their relatives and friends of ours.
I'm going to definitely try the deal.
That's fine.
Because dips are great, and everybody makes them differently. That's what's good about them. Whenever you buy one, it doesn't taste the same as someone else's.
That's correct. The lady that makes our dips, she has a a business, and that's how she puts her kids through college.
Wow.
She does fundraisers with them. She's from the Polk area, and she's got quite a large business with it. And
now, this is part of what you do, though. This is only like the 3 days that they have this event here in Rimersburg, right?
Yes, it's a 3-day event, and this is just basically the 3 days. We do it for the 3 days, and it's
done.
It's done for the next year.
All right. So what does Terry do whenever he's not doing this?
I babysit my grandchildren, and I'm retired, so I babysit my grandchildren and do work on the honey-do list.
I got you. Terry Rush, he's with the Gingerbread House. And Terry, if somebody wants to get in touch with you, how do they do that?
Well, they can email us at rushes at Comcast.net.
Rushes with E-S, R-U-S-H-E-S.
At Comcast.net, yes.
Okay, very good. Well, I'm sure somebody will. Thank you, Terry.
Thank you, and thanks for stopping by.
We're going to move over to the Rimersburg Community Building now. That's right beside the fire hall, by the way, the fire department. And as we come in here, we find that there are some people here that are set up with more Christmas items, homemade everything. So we need the butcher, the baker, and the candlestick maker. I think you're the baker, right?
Yes, I'm the baker.
And your name is?
Tony Traster.
Tony Traster. Originally from Kittanning, though.
Yes, originally from Kittanning.
So
yes.
Good. You know exactly where we're at.
Yes.
Tony, tell me a little bit about this, because what is it that you've baked? I mean, there's all kinds of stuff here.
Oh, I make assorted soups, which is about 17 cases. I make homemade buns.
Cases?
Yes. Cases.
Wait, how many's in a case?
12 in a case.
12 to a case. And
yes.
You made 17 cases?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Because we have a lot of people that like us. We've been doing this for years. It's a group effort. You go around to the businesses. We have maps that we give people. And they can get on our mailing list. They can get on our Facebook.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it gives you a number where each show is.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can travel. Most people make it in a day. We get people from Pittsburgh. We get people out of state that like us. And we try to do everything has to be homemade or resourced. You know, it can't be anything vendored, you know.
Right.
Commercially produced.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody makes everything by hand.
Well, in here, by hand, you have a lot. I mean, you have everything from taking old sleds to making something out of them. You have woodwork here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to describe most of the things that are here.
We have everybody makes, like, there's homemade wooden sleds. We make benches. We have swags. We have bows. We have blankets. We have wreaths. We have ornaments.
Right in front,
okay.
I'm seeing basically an old porch rail.
Yes.
That has the spindles, 3 spindles attached, and it has the end piece. But then coming off of that is the lantern. Now, folks, I know on radio this is so hard for me to describe that would tell you how beautiful this is. But this is a phenomenal piece that I'm just looking at right here.
Well, the lantern on it is solar. So when you put that outside, it's going to gather. So at night, it's going to make it even glow brighter. So it's going to get a nice look to it. So you can dress it up for the holidays too. The way it's made, it's pretty basic. But then you can dress it up. You can make it for autumn and for spring and stuff like that. You know, we try to do everything from fall to Christmas items.
Do you do this all year round or just for this show?
I myself do it just for this show and then for the Mars show, which is another big show.
The what show?
Mars Craft Show down at
Mars,
Pennsylvania. Yeah,
okay.
They do quite a big thing. So I've just do this, but a lot of us do this once a year. And this is a big thing.
Yeah, as I've been talking to people, that's exactly what I'm getting. And I wanted to talk to Connie Tracer. Related?
Yes,
okay.
related.
And so, Connie, but you're the one that does the hardtack candy.
I am, yes.
I found eggnog hardtack. I have never heard of hardtack candy in eggnog before.
No, I didn't either until last year. Some lady asked if I had it, and I didn't, so I try to suit everybody. You know, if they ask for something, I try and find it for them.
Wow, and you have pear.
Yeah.
You have pineapple. I mean, the hardtack. I mean, I've had the peppermint and the spearmint and all the normal cinnamon.
Right.
But you have went into like some crazy flavors.
I did 36 different flavors.
36 flavors.
Yes.
You're 39. You could be a Baskin Robbins.
I could be.
The Baskin Robbins of hardtack.
Right.
That's phenomenal. So what else do you do?
I did some of the crafts that you see here, some of the wood crafts, some boxes I made. Like screen doors, just little decorative screen doors, you know, just little, whole bunch of different things.
What motivates
I crocheted.
you? How do you like
I just love crafts.
Really?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
Well, I can see that, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, I can definitely see it. All right. Well, it's just more a part of what's going on right here in Rimersburg, Pennsylvania, and not far from Kittanning. So it's been, unfortunately, by the time this airs, it's Monday, and so this went on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And
if they want to go onto Facebook, it'll have the dates for next year. You can also get on the mailing list, and they can get the flyers sent to them.
Okay, so what are they looking up on Facebook?
They're looking up a Christmas present craft show.
Okay, so it's a Christmas present. So go into Facebook, look for a Christmas present.
Facebook.com, a Christmas present.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, and then they get the flyer and they can sign up, and we'll send flyers either by Facebook or by mail.
Okay, thank you, Tony.
Thank you.
There you have it, folks. That was a recap of the craft fair, the town craft fair called A Christmas Present up in Rimersburg, Pennsylvania. And I mean to tell you, that was quite an operation. I mean, all those people there, and just everybody was so kind, and everybody had a story to tell. I could have done an hour show easily up there. And but you heard a little bit of it right here on David and Friends on 1380 AM, FM 103.7, WTYM.
Shutdown sequence initiated. Shutting down.
As you know, we're here every day at this time on WTYM from 9 to 9:30. Glad to have you with us for the ride. Thank you so very, very much for being a part of the program today. And I'm David Croyle. I'm the David. You're the friend. And by the way, thank you so much for being my friend. You will never know how I appreciate it. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you for being with us.
Talking about WTYM.